me a call.
What's up, everyone? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma Dose of the Jade Giant. Today's Hulk featured item is a nice one. This is a rare pickup. It's Disney Store exclusive, and you basically only able to get it in an actual Disney store. So basically, ones at like malls and stuff, but a lot of those have closed down over the years. But I'm sure the bigger malls still have a couple of those stores available. Disney Park exclusive. So when you go to the Universal Studios or Disney World or Disneyland, a couple of the Disney stores, the Marvel ones, would have had this box set available when it first came out. And basically online, DisneyStore.com. They release, rare figure box sets over the years, and there's been like 5 or 6. And this one came out a few years ago, and I will show you guys what it looks like right now. So here is the Disney Store exclusive. So it says Disney Store, Avengers, figurine set. So this set comes with Iron Man, Captain Marvel. I think the good version of Captain Marvel. I like this design, and I'm not really a fan of Captain Marvel. As for the design itself, I think this is the nicest looking one. She's more feminine, not like the Captain Marvel today. Here's the Green Goliath himself. Ultron, Vision, and Cap. So it says Disney Parks. There's no year on this. I tried looking for it, but I can't find it. But since it has Ultron in the box, I'd imagine it's during MCU's Age of Ultron. So 2014-ish. The sides are basically the same image. This is the, I believe, Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon series. Was the designs that were in that series. So I'm guessing these figures are based off of the Avengers cartoon. So we'll start with Iron Man. I really, really like the pose. I like how he's shooting his blaster. I love the paint. I think the cherry hot rod paint is really, really nice. This is definitely one of the better Iron Man minifigures that I have in the collection. Captain Marvel. Love her design. Love the paint. Pretty accurate hair and face sculpt. Here's J Jaws. Love it. Love the sculpt. I love his size compared to the others. So if he was standing like straight up, you're looking at him being about maybe this tall compared to everybody else. Big boy. I love the paint. Love the dark green. Nice face sculpt. Great anatomy. Giant bulbous muscles. Very, very, very nice. Puny Ultron. Very plain, generic paint. Silver paint. I would say that, if the sculpt was better and there's more details actual in the design of the sculpt, I think, just the silver plain paint will look nice. It just, when you have such a small figure and such plain design, just the silver just doesn't complement anything because it's very just plain. And this is like, I guess, to simulate the world and him creating chaos and burning it down, blowing it up. As for Cap, very nice design. All these have black sub bases. Current gen Cap. I do like the outfit. As for the face, he's a little derpy. I don't think the eyes are the greatest or the mouth. He kind of looks a little off to me. I guess from certain angles, like there, he looks good. But definitely from the front, he looks a little janky. And Vision. Vision is such a cool character. Modern design. Great paint. Love the sculpt. Very accurate design. So overall, as a set, so this set again was in those Disney stores, online, park, the actual retail store, probably 10 years ago. The only way to find this would probably be, I'm sure most people opened it up and sold them off separately to get the entire set complete. I haven't looked. You might be able to find it. I'd imagine it's about $50 plus now for the set, maybe less. I'm just guessing. But then if you broke these up individually, you'd probably make more. Like Hulk would probably go for 10. And these will go for around 8 a piece, maybe. But very, very, very cool sets. Anything with Avengers and Hulk, of course, I'll partake in it. If I had to rank them in order, I would say Hulk, Iron Man, Vision, Captain Marvel, Ultron, then Cap. I think Cap is the worst of the bunch. Not as a character, but definitely as the figure. So I haven't done one of my, weekly chats and rants, and I will do one now. As for topics, I think today's topic is going to be focusing on downsizing your collection and, trying to maintain focus on certain things, certain areas of your collection. And the last part will be like selling off parts of collections. Okay, so we'll start with selling collections. So basically, for me personally, when I buy things, I buy them as I really, really like them. I made a previous video about losing love for things, losing appreciation for things when you buy a lot of stuff. Your focus kind of gets pulled in 1,000 different directions when you have a lot of items. But today, strictly talking about selling stuff, I don't love selling stuff. Like when I buy something, it's because I really want it, and I don't buy things that I don't particularly like would think to get rid of. A lot of people might hold things for like 10 years, have them stored away and in storage boxes and stuff, and then, go, well, I don't have room. It's time to let them go. And they'll go to a toy store, a local one that, that takes items. And because they don't want to take the time to sell off each individual item on the auction sites, they'll just do it in bulk and get absolutely ripped off. And so when it comes to selling, I feel bad for a lot of the collectors because I feel like when they sell off things in bulk, they really, and I mean really, get destroyed with the return and how much is offered to them. There's a YouTube toy store that has become popular. I won't name any names, but I watch their videos and people come in with really freaking nice collections. Really old vintage stuff in the box, all pieces, things that go for very, very high prices and when they're really clean and taken care of. And these toy stores like will give 40% of the value. So if you have like $5,000 worth of merchandise that if you individually sold them off, you'd make $5,000. When you sell it to these toy stores and they only accept 40% of those of what it's worth, you're making what, $2,250, $2,300 out of that $5,000, and then they have it at 110% or max value of what it goes on eBay, and they're making double their money while you come home with 40% when you're the ones who took care of it and preserved it for all those years, and they get the massive profits, the massive gains. It's insane. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I understand with you have to make money owning a store. I get it. But you don't not even give like 60%, 75% with really, really rare, valuable stuff. 40%, that is atrocious and like absolutely rude. Like when I see those videos, I get so aggravated because these poor people have no idea. A lot of them, it's their kid stuff when they were younger and they're just selling it off and they're clueless about the value of the stuff. And these store owners just absolutely take advantage of them. It's infuriating. So selling stuff, it's a process. It's annoying. And me personally, I don't love doing it. Like when I buy things, I really want to have the item forever, and I have the mindset of that. So if somebody's sick in the family, if there is an emergency, of course, that's a completely different scenario. But when all is well, I have a very hard time selling off stuff that I truly care about. But sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do, and you don't have room, or there's an item that you really want, and you sacrifice things that you do like, but you'll sell 10, 15 things to get that one major item. Everybody does things differently, and collecting is fun and
I love seeing the different personalities of people and what makes them tick and why they buy things. So some people like I will just like have a certain amount of money that they can spend. They'll go to like the little convention of their local area and have to walk out spending that money. Like have to. Like I know people like that. So like they'll go in and they'll have to find certain particular items and pick them out. Even if they don't really, really love them, they just have to have them because they don't think that they'll be able to spend that money afterwards. So it's either do or die in that scenario. They have to come out buying stuff and they'll come out with things that they like but don't really, really like. Do you know what I mean? And they'll buy like 10, 15 things. And in my mind, I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand why you would do that instead of just saving that money and buying one thing that you really, really love. I think that's way just more enjoyable. Well, you won't lose that love to eventually sell it off. So if you have 10 things that you truly love or 100 things that you like, most people just, sell those things off because they're not in love with them. So that's why I don't, for me personally, that's why I don't collect a good, like 1,000 different like franchises and like characters. And I don't do that. So I prevent myself from selling those things off. I know I've seen YouTubers, I've seen people, I have friends that will be focused for a year and a half on a collection and then go, I'm over it. I don't really have that love for that anymore, and sell off the entire collection. Use that money for like stupid things like whatever, food, fast food, and stuff. They don't actually attain that value. So they'd rather do that, throw that money away, or not save that money for important things like a car or a house, and they'll sell it off for pointless reasons. For me, it's crazy that there are people out there like that, and there are like really popular YouTubers that just sell full collections and then buy back full collections, and then over a 5 year span they'll have full collections they'll spend thousands and thousands, thousands of dollars on six or seven different versions, different variations with like completely different loves and interests. So one section it's like Mythic Legion collection, they sell it off. And it's Hot Toys, they sell it off. And then it's Marvel Legends, they sell it off. And to me, I'm like, that is just nuts. Like you're just like, why are you collecting? I don't understand the point if like there's no real love for it, no real passion for it. But to each their own. Everybody's different. So that's the selling aspect. So how are dealing with selling? Do you sell things? Do you sell things that you just bought within the year? Do you lose love for those things quickly? Do you hold on to things forever? Now everybody's different. But for me personally, I have a very hard time selling off things that I care about. But I know it has to happen. I know when you run out of room and you want to downsize. So into my next section of this video, downsizing collection. When see for me, I don't have to really worry about that because my focus is so like dead set. So it's Hulk, 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 Hulk. So I don't lose focus and I don't really wane in other areas all that much. So like my focus has always been and it's really easy to stick with. But other people that like have multiple characters and multiple franchises and they mix them, mash them all together, different sizes, statues and figures, and downsizing. When is it too much? Like when do you just a lot of people just buy, 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 and then they look at their collection and they go like, what did I do? Like, how did I end up here? And I don't have room for things, and they lose focus. So there are times. So for me, I don't have to worry about that again because I'm an Incredible Hulk collector. But there are times for people that go, okay, I'm not really interested in this franchise anymore. I'm gonna sell this section off, save that money for important things, hopefully, or to the other area of their collection that they really do care about. So like statues or Marvel Legends or GI Joes, whatever your interests are. Downsizing is interesting for sure, and it's something that I don't think I'm ever gonna have to really deal with. But if and when that happens, I'll have to think really, really long and hard about what pieces I can never get rid of, and I'll always keep. And if I'm an old man in my 80s, 90s, and my heart's still ticking, I might still have a little section of my apartment or my group home or wherever I'm living with my kids. I don't know, wherever, of my certain favorite Hulks. Hopefully, another fear of mine is getting like Alzheimer's and like losing memory and your love for things and love for family and friends. And obviously, for me, it would be Hulk and stuff. I would be devastated if I like lost my memory and woke up and I looked around to a forest of green rage monster dudes like surrounding me, and I'd be like, "What the frig is this? Like, why the hell am I loving this? I'm a lunatic." But hopefully that never happens. But downsizing is very, very important, and for moving, I had another whole video on moving. So for dumbasses like me that have giant collections and you move, it's one of the most annoying things I've ever gone through in my entire life. I don't recommend it. And the last part is just like maintaining focus. So, like, for you personally in your life, have you ever done it? Do you have influences of other people around you that tell you to downsize? Do you see other YouTubers or friends that are making that decision? The world today with the expenses and how much things are, is it worth spending this increased inflation prices and the expenses of these things? Is it even worth like sticking with that? Are you just happy with what you have? Like, do you think like, are you satisfied with what you have and you don't really need anything else? That would be amazing. I would love to be a person that like truly be satisfied with their purchases and what they have and downsize and having their 15 special items and never selling those things and being truly happy and satisfied with just having those things. That's not me. But there are people out there like that. And to attain that is absolutely amazing. And I'm very jealous. But just in your opinion, do you sell things? Are you downsizing? Are you hyper focused on a certain thing right now in your collection? Or are you all over the place and just buy what you want? There's there's no rhyme or reason or good or bad. Everybody's different. I'm just curious with how you guys are. So just leave a comment, reach out to me. Hopefully you enjoyed this rant and discussion. And I hope you enjoyed the Avengers box set from Disney Store exclusive. I think it's really cool. And this topic is interesting because in today's landscape of collecting, people are really going through this right now in their lives. And it seems to be an ongoing topic. So I thought I'd give my 2 cents and my opinion on things. But it doesn't really affect me personally, but for people that I know and friends and you guys. So hopefully you guys are focused and spending your money wisely and getting what you truly love. And if you are the type to sell things off, all the time, hopefully you're making your money back or more. Don't get ripped off with going to these toy stores and only getting 40% of the value of the items, especially if they're like rare, vintage, cool pieces or just really, really kick-ass pieces that go for a decent amount of money. Don't get ripped off. Don't fall for that trap of these people. That's it for today. So Hulk, smash the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. All right, so have a wonderful day. Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.